kids who have been raised up in the church continue to have a heart to serve. I would say every time I turn around at Crossroads, I seem to come face to face with someone who has that heart to serve. And this church has had a heart for mission and outreach ever since it was founded over 60 years ago. Our mission and outreach ministry team seeks to provide opportunities for anyone to put their faith into action. We as a church, we support missionaries overseas with financial help, but we also have a garden right out here that grows fresh food for our local food pantry. And we have folks who tutor local kids with their classwork. At home and abroad, we want to be a family of faith who puts their faith into action. For the past several years, we as a church have partnered with other churches throughout Ozaukee County to help support a ministry called Family Promise. It's a way for you and I to serve God and our community right within our walls. I'd like to introduce Kelly Zimdars. She's going to come and share how Family Promise has blessed her life.
Breathe.
Good morning. As she said, my name is Kelly, and I would like to thank you for inviting us, me and my son, who doesn't want to come up here, to share our story about our experience with Family Promise of Ozaukee County. First, a little background on how we came to Family Promise. I met a man whom I thought was going to be the one, so I packed up everything and moved to Cameron. I moved my son and I to South Carolina against all my family's wishes not to go. Sorry. Well, not to get into details and make a long story short, but 6 months later, I had to get back to Wisconsin one way or another for not only Cameron's safety and well-being, but mine as well. A distant relative wired me some money and said, "You can stay by us until you get on your feet." Relieved, we threw what we could in the van, and while he was at work, we drove 16 hours straight back to Wisconsin, back home. Sorry. We were here for about 2 weeks and I found a job. Cam was enrolled in school, and my cousin's family was very accommodating. Things were looking up finally. 2 months later, my cousin informs me that his family is moving up north in 2 weeks, Thanksgiving, and Cameron and I needed to find a new place to live. I was devastated because I knew we had nowhere else to go. I hadn't had enough time to save up for a place for us yet, and oh yeah, in between that, my van got repossessed because of the man in South Carolina, so I had no vehicle and soon no place to live. Later that night, I was on Facebook trying to reach out to family and friends, and I saw an ad for Family Promise of Ozaukee County. Well, I thought, what timing is to see that? So the next day, I swallowed my pride and made a phone call to Family Promise. It was one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make. I felt like such a failure, not only as a person, but more importantly as a mom. So there I was telling a complete stranger in my story, bawling my eyes out with my mom by my side. The whole time I felt like a failure, a bad parent, a loser. I felt absolutely no judgment from the lady taking the notes about me. She made me feel welcome and confident that this was the right place to be. Through a Family Promise of Ozaukee County, I found not only myself again, I found a connection to God, my faith in humanity, and some of the most amazing people I now consider my friends. Each and every church and volunteer went above and beyond to make sure Cam and I were as comfortable as possible. However, there were a few extra special people throughout our journey, and they were right from here in this congregation. Wendy and Susie, thank you for fighting for Cameron and I to stay at a better place during the holidays when the churches weren't available, and paying for it because the program was too new and because there wasn't enough funds for it. And Wendy, for going through so much to get Cameron his medication, and to the amazing volunteers that brought some of the best food ever to the hotel on New Year's Eve, and the amazing couple whose car I hit when I was deathly ill and said, "Don't worry about it, you have enough on your plate." It was this church's volunteers and through Family Promises help that Cameron and I have been in the same apartment now for the last 5+ years. I have a vehicle, and if it wasn't for Family Promise, and more importantly, the churches and volunteers through those churches, I don't know what would have happened to Cameron and I, and where we would be today. It has now been an honor and a privilege to give back through being a volunteer myself, or speaking in churches here. If anybody is interested in being a volunteer or has any questions about being a volunteer, please come see us after the service at our table in the North X. Thank you.